It started out as just an association between us and Fujiyoshida. We both lie at the bottoms of large mountains, and so it seemed appropriate that we should become sister cities. And Sister Cities was a very new program in America at that time. So that was the beginning of it. Then later, when we added other sister cities, then we had to form an organization that would envelop all of them.
It was started by Eisenhower, is that correct? Kind of the international organization?
That's right, yeah. There was an attempt during the Eisenhower administration following World War II to try to build friends around the world, and that's the sole purpose of the organization. We have 6 sister cities. Bankstown in Australia is the newest one, and Fujiyoshida is the oldest one. But there's also Kaohsiung in Taiwan, Bishkek in Kyrgyzstan, and Smolensk in Russia. And then our closest one is Nueva Casa Grande in Chihuahua, Mexico. It's about 100 miles south of the border, and we can go back and forth, and we do quite frequently. We try to have activities among our sister cities, and so we invite them here for cultural events. We go there for events. In the case of Nueva Casa Grande, we've shipped a lot of material down there in forms of 5 fire engines, for instance, and 5 school buses, and about 100 computers, and we're assisting them in other ways. They're assisting us. These are Rotary Foundation projects, but we've had this relationships going. They sent a team, for instance, last year of about half a dozen of their educators up here to study our education system in the United States and visit local universities and see if they couldn't get a cooperative relationships going between our 2 sister cities. There is quite a bit of interest in internationality, and I think it relies on the military presence for one thing. We're just a very much internationally aware community, and so it's good to foster these kinds of relationships. In the case of Kyrgyzstan in particular, there's a very interesting twist there, in that when our sister city relationship was established with Kyrgyzstan, the mayor of Bishkek was a woman named Rosa, and I can't pronounce her last name and don't even know it, as a matter of fact. She's now the interim president for the country of Kyrgyzstan, and she has visited Colorado Springs. So we hope that this will be a jump start on our continuing relationships with Bishkek, Kyrgyzstan. In 2012, it'll be the 50th anniversary of Fujiyoshida and Colorado Springs being sister cities, and the people from Fujiyoshida are bringing a festival to Colorado Springs that is unique to Fujiyoshida, and that's their fire festival. And we hope to have large bonfires downtown here in celebration of that 50 years of relationships with them. Lots of us are grappling with the same problems no matter where it is in the world, about governance, about laws, and the administration of justice, and about care for our indigent peoples, and that kind of thing. So we can share our experiences across borders and learn from that. We had, for instance, a city official, an engineer from Kaohsiung, come and spend a whole month here in Colorado Springs visiting various parts of our city government to learn what he could about how we operate here and see how it might apply in Taiwan. It's citizen to citizen, it's a grassroots, people-to-people organization, and that's the way it ought to remain. There's no support comes from the federal government for this. In fact, there's no support from our city government for this, except in the form of some token gifts once in a while and a little bit of secretarial support, but mostly it's through the volunteers and our organization. And we're always seeking more people with more ideas of how to engage with these various sister cities around the world.
Has anyone ever wanted to be sister cities with Colorado Springs, and this organization here said, no, we don't want to be your sister?
Well, we've got a process for that, for evaluating future sister cities. We think having 6 is quite a handful, but if there is an interested group out there that thinks that we need a sister city in Africa or Europe or South America or somewhere, why, and they've got a group behind them, and that's the key thing, is that we need groups to sustain these relationships, because they depend upon the activism of those groups to keep these relationships going.